Hey, this is Dan Fierst. I'm back with another video on reasonable suspicion training for DOT and non-DOT. I am continuing a series of short modules on the excuses that employees use to avoid a reasonable suspicion test. We're on the fourth one, and this one is called It's Medicine. When employees are confronted by a reasonable suspicion in the workplace, one of the more common excuses that you'll hear from employees is that it's medicine. With a shocked look on their face, they'll keep you from going further in your quest to get them to a test for reasonable suspicion. Here's what's important to understand about this excuse. First of all, it works. And it works primarily not because alcohol smells like medicine. We know that Listerine has a pretty bad smell to it, and it has Listerine, unless it's flavored, has a mouth smell to it that most people don't particularly like. But the most important part about this excuse is that supervisors are often looking for a good excuse not to confront the employee. And if they hear this one and they can rationalize quickly that, well, maybe that's it, they can walk away and not confront the employee. There's a couple of things to understand in this dynamic. Number one is that even if an employee was using medicine and you smelled alcohol on their breath, you can still test for reasonable cause because you smell that chemical. It's not a reason to back off from the reason. Here's the other important point. Many employees, in order to stop withdrawal from alcohol use or to stave off shaking or tremulousness in their fingers or something like that, will turn to food products that have alcohol in them or other sorts of substances like mouthwash, some of which contain ethyl alcohol. Fewer and fewer are actually containing ethyl alcohol, but there's still some around. And it's a good way to increase your blood alcohol content. And although you might smell like mouthwash or you might smell like medicine, it's one way to actually start feeling normal on the job. So if you went to an AA meeting or two, you'd soon hear about people who drink perfume, people who drink mouthwash, or people who have drank some sort of medicine that isn't very toxic in order to raise their blood alcohol level to try to prevent withdrawal symptoms. Often what's important about this as well is that these are usually late-stage alcoholics, and they're at greater risk for your company with regard to their behavior. So if you end up getting intimidated by these types of excuses, you're putting your company at risk. To get more of these modules from me and know when I post automatically, click on the subscribe button below and also click on the bell below and you'll get them automatically. If you have a question about reasonable suspicion or a story to tell me that you'd like me to do a video on or respond to, it could be helpful for everybody. So you'll also find DOT and non-DOT training links below this video, and you can use them to preview our products for free. But you'll also find other types of training programs for drug abuse in the workplace, including methamphetamine, heroin, prescription pills, marijuana, etc. So this is Dan Fierst, and hope to hear from you or see you again soon. Bye.